Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking into something that, well, it kind of goes against almost everything you hear about business, doesn't
It
it?
really does.
All that talk about always chasing customer satisfaction, more choices, more everything.
hmm
What if that's actually, well, a trap? We're exploring what we're calling the experience paradox. The idea that maybe, just maybe, brands do better by doing the opposite of what seems
It's
obvious.
fascinating stuff. And this deep dive, it pulls together some really surprising strategies from different places, strategies that kind of turn traditional marketing upside down.
Yeah, okay.
So our mission here is to figure out what really builds that deep brand loyalty. Because, it often seems to be the exact opposite of what you'd first
All
guess.
right, let's jump in. Paradox number one, less choice, more satisfaction. I mean, that just sounds wrong, doesn't it? We're taught more options equals better.
Total counterintuitive.
So what have our sources actually shown? How can offering less possibly work out better?
Well, think about Apple.
Mm,
When Steve Jobs came back, one of the first things he did, and it was pretty radical then,
yeah.
he slashed their product lines by like 70%, focused hard on just four main things.
Wow, 70.
Yeah. And they went from almost bankrupt to, well, Apple. It wasn't about creating scarcity, not really. It was about clarity, focus.
Okay, clarity. Makes sense.
Or look at In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
Super simple menu, right?
Mhm.
And they've basically kept it the same since 1948.
That long.
Yep. And they have this incredibly loyal, almost cult-like following. What we're seeing here is that constraints, they can actually cut down on decision paralysis for customers.
Ah, the too many choices problem.
Exactly. And it lets the brand really perfect what they do offer. So the perceived quality goes up, the experience is stronger, more consistent.
Okay, that simplicity angle is powerful. But what about making things harder? That seems even crazier.
Right.
This brings us to the next paradox. Embracing friction can enhance value. Making something tougher to get actually makes people want it more.
Well, it really taps into something fundamental about human desire, maybe, the need for achievement.
Okay.
And something isn't just handed to you when it takes effort or patience. You tend to value it more. Think about, say, luxury brands, Louis Vuitton, Hermès.
The really high-end ones.
They're their top items, like a Birkin bag. You Yeah. can't just walk in and buy one. There are steps, sometimes wait lists. You might need to, build a relationship first.
Right, it's a whole process.
And that friction, that difficulty, it transforms a simple purchase into something more like a price achievement. It elevates the value, the desirability.
So the hurdle is part of the appeal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The difficulty becomes part of the luxury experience itself. Just look at the resale value of a Birkin. That barrier, if it's used smartly, can seriously deepen how much a customer appreciates the item and the brand.
That's pretty amazing, making a purchase feel earned. Okay, now for the one that really flips things completely. Prioritizing employee experience over customer experience.
Yeah, this one gets people.
How on earth does putting your employees first lead to better customer service? It feels backward.
But if you think about the foundation, it actually makes perfect sense. Our sources point to Costco as a great example.
Okay, Costco. Love Costco.
They're known for putting employees first,
Huh.
right? Industry-leading pay, good benefits,
Yeah, you hear that a lot.
and the result, super low employee turnover. And that translates directly into a better customer experience
Yeah.
because you've got happy, knowledgeable staff who stick around and actually care.
Okay, I can see that connection.
Costco consistently ranks high in customer trust, and a big part of that is because their employees feel genuinely valued. They're empowered.
And it's not just retail, right? I remember reading about Southwest Airlines.
Exactly. Southwest is another classic case. Their mantra for decades has basically been employees first, customers second.
In the airline industry, no less, which is notoriously tough.
And yet they've managed consistent profits and really high customer satisfaction for years and years. It just seems to work.
So it's not just a fluke.
No. What these brands seem to get is that real loyalty, that deep connection, isn't just about ticking boxes and meeting basic expectations.
It's something else.
Yeah, it's about delivering experiences that are maybe surprising, sometimes even a bit challenging, things that run counter to the usual script. They're building these stronger, more resilient connections that go beyond just satisfaction. It's more emotional, more resonant.
So wrapping this up, it seems the big takeaway for you listening is that real growth, real loyalty, it might actually come from being brave enough to ignore the usual advice.
Daring to be different.
Embracing strategies that feel, I don't know, counterintuitive at first glance.
And maybe that's the thought to chew on. How could these paradoxes apply elsewhere? Not just brands, but maybe personal relationships, or even how you approach productivity.
Interesting.
What other areas of life might benefit from a more counterintuitive approach? Where else might doing the unexpected lead to stronger, better outcomes for you?